All right, hello, Nathan Gray here at my house in Newbury, giving you a little homestead tour. Our website's housefactory.us. During these tough times, I hope this all finds you well and good health, and just wishing you the best of everything there at your homes. As we all hunker inside and do our part to use social media to connect, thought this would be a great way to do that. So here we are. This is my front yard. We've got the street here. It's a small semi-dead-end road, just a private road on the other end. Just gonna go through a quick tour of everything, and I'm gonna do more videos later on for specific areas of the house to give more of a perspective on each individual project, because we are a nonprofit. Anything that you can do will help. We're asking for $5 to $20 per video. As we move on, do more specific videos, and you can find that on the website moving forward. So I guess I can start over here with the car and the car charger. I've taken the electric car that we have, and I've taken all the wires, ran them underground, as well as used I'll switch the video around here if I can. First time using this. There we go. I've got the car charger, an outlet, spigot, and another pipe there to do eventual solar for carport, and it's a driveway. A lot of planting beds here. We just did a lot of work on the front. Gonna do some flowers as well. Driveway, split rail fence, my tent in the background there. So here's the garden space. We've got a kind of experimental reclaimed window greenhouse. Just took these windows here, 4 of them, put them together with screws, and it's been working out really well. I've got a thermostat in there to monitor the temperature from inside. You can kind of see that right there. It helps us to not overheat in there. It's one of the big things with any kind of greenhouse, of course. I've kept this area here natural planting bed. I'm gonna move some of these junipers to other places on our property, but it dug down all this 6x6 lumber into the ground, stacked them 2 on top of each other to keep out the woodchucks and such. There is a fence around here. It's a little hard to see, just a kind of plastic netting there. I did a raised planting bed here. I filled that up with compost dirt. Get some beans there. The gate is a great feature. Definitely helps out. Get them on both sides. And small house, 800 square feet, completely renovated inside. We'll get to that on another video some point. Over here I also buried some electric wires and water. I have a 50 amp breaker there on that back side to be able to put for the greenhouse eventually here. This is kind of just a layout where we're going to use our windows, and we are looking for windows. If you know of anyone that's doing any replacement windows, I know right now is a tough time for doing any kind of projects as we practice social distancing, but I am looking for more windows. If you have them stocked up, or if you do have a project in the future, please let me know. I am attempting to do classes, but as we know, that's been kind of tricky right now. So that's where completely reclaimed window greenhouse will be at some point. I've got the shed, the existing shed that I've kind of made some storage out of. But this is the backyard here. We've got a stream that runs through it. Really beautiful property back here. We've been using the clothesline back there. We've got a compost pile. We've got this running stream, which is great. We're really high water table here. You can dig down a foot or two and get right to water, which is great. And I also buried a drainage line all the way out to the street there. The backyard, back of the house, heat pumps. And this is where the eco brick shed's going to be, back here. And we're doing the plastic water bottles packed tightly with other used plastics, and that's where that's going to be, in this area. You can find more about that on ecobrick.us. I've got a great path going out back here, just wood chips and using down timbers and branches to create a path, and that goes all the way around the property. Great little feature there. And our property goes back in there in the woods. Son's police car. And the back of the house here, a little bit more. Had some leftover concrete when I was pouring the concrete countertops. Made a little bird bath and some place to use extra concrete. And over here we got the pond. I'm definitely gonna do another video on this. This is a pond that I'm digging by hand. It's, like I said, we have a really high water table here, so we're quite lucky to be able to have this space, and it's gonna extend all the way over to this side. You can see that pipe coming up there out of the ground. That's an overflow, and then it comes to a shut off that's inside of a landscape box. It comes down there and then goes out to the marsh that's further down that way. I also have just kind of temporary overflow here as I just experiment and try things out. But I've got another shut off there. That one's to drain it completely. That one's buried underneath there. So I can drain the pond completely to do more construction and such. Hi, Caden. All right, well, there's a quick overview of our property, and I hope to put out more videos soon. Turn this camera around. There we go. And thank you for joining me, and I will just stay in good health and just keep up that communication. Have a good one.